I hope everybody can see the screen. Organizational capability profile. As I just highlighted to you on Friday, we usually see two parameters. One is the capacity, what is the capability, capacity. Capability and capacity will go hand in hand. And second is the resources. So when we talk about the capability, we need to also understand the capability of the organization. Hence, it is known as organizational capability profile. An organizational capability profile describes the skills, knowledge, and resources that helps a company or enables your company to provide quality products or services to the customers. So the prime objective of any organization would be to provide quality products and services to the customers. Hence, your resources should be used in an optimum way. Secondly, the profile provides useful background information for your marketing and corporate communication. Marketing and corporate communication. Now, what are the six organizational capabilities? Let's see. We have identified six critical interdependent organizational capabilities. Interdependent means all these six capacities or capabilities will move together. They are hand in hand. So, in order to fulfill the organization goals, we need to have the six capabilities. What are they? Learning, change, innovation, collaboration, agility, and engagement. Here are some actions you can take to assess and cultivate organizational capabilities. Assess and cultivate organizational capabilities means engage leadership. All right. What type of leadership do you have? How are you moving your team forward? Second is define and list your organizational capabilities. What do we have? As I listed in the first slide, we have six capabilities. Now, do we have all the six, or do we have five, or do we have four? We need to list those. Then we need to conduct an organizational capabilities assessment. Capability assessment. Key, okay, we are having learning is an L&D department well defined. Then we are having we are the organization people ready to accept the change? Are the change agents? Then innovation, is a R&D strong enough to get new innovative products, something newness in the product, or something we are doing value addition to the product? Then collaboration, are we having collaborations or expertise sharing with other companies? Then agility, how fast we move, and engagement. Engagement here you can talk about employment engagement also. Then understand and the capability gap. Now we need these six capabilities. All right, they are of prime importance. Now, if something is going wrong somewhere within these capabilities, we need to identify those gaps and we need to fulfill those gaps. Then secondly, we have prioritize and create an action plan. We need to prioritize our objectives, what we need to do first, and then we need to create an action plan, track progress, and follow. We need to do the follow up also. Then some organizational capabilities. Examples are organizational culture, performance, strategic unity, innovation, agility, talent, and customer connectivity. This is very important. If there are no buyers for your product, your entire vision, mission, everything fails. So how you are connected with the customer. Then just see the impact of organizational capabilities. We have organizational capabilities, we have strategy, we have results. Then we have organizational culture, we have leadership performance, we have strategic unity. Then under strategy, we have clear strategy formulation and understanding, strategy implementation, and change readiness. Are you ready to accept the change? Or let's see, initially, accepting the change, everybody is a little bit hesitant. They are resistance because we are moving out of our comfort zone and we are going into a fear zone. So that is a change. All right. So if you're going to accept the change, you will be ready to face any new developments. Then results, gaining competitive advantage. We always talk about competitive advantage, or we can always say what competitive edge do we have over our other competitors, then driving business performances and adapting to change. So these are the, we have the organizational capabilities, then we are formulating the strategy, and this is the result. Then let's see type of organizational capabilities. In order to focus on building organizational capabilities, it is helpful to understand the big picture of what they are. Definition of organizational capabilities might vary, right? It depends from people to people. It depends from more than people to people, I'll say. It depends from organization to organization. Again, when we talk about organization, there are different types of organization. Then, as there are multiple different types and categorizations of OC, hence then there are an overview of a broad categories. Then let's see first one, operational capabilities. These attributes means operational factors. They reflect a company's ability to align skills. To align skills means how we are utilizing our skill sets, our routines and processes to successfully operate in specific markets and meets a stakeholders' requirement. Now, your stakeholders are nothing but they may be a part of the organization or our customers are also stakeholders. Then operational capabilities materialize gradually over time according to the specific characters of each business. As I said, each business is different. Each organization works in a different way. They often blend into the background, so they are less obvious. So all these capabilities, na, uh, they are all associated within the organization. So when we are giving the final product to the customer, he does not know, oh, what skill set that worker might have, right? They are not there. In fact, I should say, all these organizational capabilities are behind the curtain. So what they are presenting to the customer is the final product of each business. They often blend into the background, so they are less obvious and more difficult to intimate. Hence, they can be a competitive advantage. Okay. Now, the best example is of a restaurant. Let's use a restaurant as an example of operational capabilities. Whatever training chefs have needs to be customized to a specific restaurant's type of menu. Now, suppose we have a chef who is very good at, say, Italian cuisine. All right. He's very good at Italian cuisine. That means he can make pasta, then he can make pizza, he can make a risotto, all these types of Italian cuisine. So what will he give? What will he put on the menu card of that restaurant? He will put all Italian cuisine only. Na? He cannot put pav bhaji because he does not know how to make a pav bhaji. His skill sets are meant to make an Italian cuisine. Then prices and available ingredients, etc. The recipes may used may be very similar to other restaurants, something very similar. For example, we eat pav bhaji, right? We eat pav bhaji at several restaurants. But when you talk about a particular restaurant. Arey, they make amazing pav bhaji. Their pav bhaji is just very nice compared to the others. So that X factor in that recipe, I'm talking with relevance to the given example, it's very important. The recipes used may be very similar to the other restaurants, but the unique process of making certain dishes is developed over time and passed on to new chefs. Now, for example, every one of us, our mother is the best cook, right? You always say wherever you eat food, but when you eat maa ke haath ka khana, that is something unique right? She does it in a unique way. The capacity, the capacity to leverage resources and the chef skills will reflect the restaurant's cooking style and character to its customers. Now, example, where you're staying in the vicinity of Vadgaon, right? There are many eateries, there are many restaurants, right? You may find the chai of one eatery very nice, or the momos very nice. Why do you find it as a customer? Why do you find these things good? It's because they are recipes. They have a uniqueness, right? Every restaurant's recipe, the art of cooking and the ingredients what they use are different. So that is the operational capability. Again, in terms of industry, we can have operational capabilities like, you know, raw materials, how they are. Are they very strong at raw materials, or, every now and then they have to go to the suppliers for the raw materials? Then what type of facilities they are giving? Are they giving very good facilities, or they are not giving good facilities? Then we can have how the cost of production. Are they controlling the cost of production? Then product technology. What type of technology are they using? Then inventory control. How are they see, they cannot be anytime a zero inventory, okay? So inventory has to be there. That inventory control has to be used. What goods we are having, how much we have given, what is the requirement, at what date have we received this material, which material we have to do LIFO, FIFO. I hope you all must have studied this. Last in, first out, first in, first out. Then under strategic capabilities, all right, they are connected to strategy and vision. They are this tell 1 minute, this title thing is coming in between. Okay. They are connected to strategy and vision and indicates how well an organization handles its business environment and sets itself apart. As I said, every organization will have a different environment, as their functionalities may be different, their products may be different. For example, for example, a manufacturing a manufacturing company wants to have more products available for growing customer base. The company must evaluate, right? 1 minute. Just give me some time. Okay. The company must evaluate, and they have to create the products. Now, for example, it is going to be the festival time, and the most important product during the Diwali time is Akashkandi, lanterns, lights, diyas. So you start getting orders, right? You're a manufacturer, your wholesaler is giving you orders. Now, how the wholesaler will give you orders? He must have studied the customer base. What type of customers are there? What is their purchasing power? What is the market? So he might tell you, okay, I want Diwali diyas, right? In a packet, there should be two diyas. In some packet, there must be char diyas, and in some packet, there must be six diyas. Now, why he is doing all this? Because he studied. The retailer will tell him this. The retailer says, "Oh, our market is like that. So you please pack diyas in numbers of 2, 4, and 6." So what he will do? Okay, he will keep the customer needs in mind and he will do it accordingly. So what happens now if he has to do like that? He will start procuring the raw materials. The manufacturer he will go to the suppliers and will start getting the raw materials. Now, suppose, this Diwali, the business is going to go, forecasting is the business is going to do very well. People are going to get the Diwali period is during the salary period. So people will have money to buy. So keeping all these factors in mind, we will procure the raw materials. All right. Do the usual suppliers have the raw stuff? Raw stuff means the raw material is there. Suppose if one supplier says, "Oh, I can give you only 60% of the raw material." So what we need to for the another 40%, we will try to go to the other supplier. Suppose now he gets raw materials. Now, are the shipping companies able to handle an increase in the products? Now he's getting all the raw materials from the neighboring countries. Okay, hypothesis I'm making, assumptions. So, is the shipment of the raw materials going to be on time? The company's capability to execute this strategy will ensure that the process does not get bogged down. That means the process should not stop. So, this preparation is not during the market season. He will start preparing in advance. So that is the strategic capabilities. Then we have dynamic or meta capabilities. The focus on how well a company adapts to a changing business environment by building, integrating, and reconfiguring its competencies. In other words, the capability to change capabilities. Okay, the capabilities to change the capability. See, you have the capacity to change your skill strengths. So that means capability to change the capabilities. Then David J. Teese defined this concept in 1997. Capability to change the capabilities. The mindset to change the mindset. Defined this concept in 1997 and explains it at the capacity, like he's saying, sense and shape opportunities and threats. Okay, sense and shape opportunities and threats. Then seize opportunities and maintain competitiveness through enhancing, combining, protecting, and when necessary, reconfiguring the business enterprises. Reconfiguring means restructuring the business enterprise prices intangible and tangible assets. So a swift and a smooth moving of the intangible and tangible assets. Okay, Apple. Apple demonstrated dynamic capabilities back. Now you know what is Apple. Huh? Suppose in an interview, if they are going to ask, tell me about Apple, you should think wisely whether they are asking you about the Apple company or they are asking you about the fruit apple. Apple demonstrated dynamic capabilities back when it was still just a computer manufacturer by creating the iPod. See how it entered into the market. Although the MP3 players already existed, okay, MP3 players, you know those disc already existed. Apple saw the need of a device that was smaller and sleeker, right? A small device, right? Sleeker means a thin device, not too bulky, and it was more appealing to customers, right? It was portable. You could carry that iPod everywhere while traveling and all. You could hear the songs. The iPod increased Apple's share price immensely and started it on the path to become a revolutionary consumer electronics design company. The Apple demonstrated dynamic capabilities back when it was still just a computer manufacturer by creating the iPod. Although the MP3 players is already existed, I repeat, MP3 player, the disc already existed, but still Apple sensed the need of the customers. It sensed the market and it tried to make something very small, something which was very sleeker, something which was portable to the needs of the customers. The iPod increased Apple's share price immensely and started it on the path to become a revolutionary consumer electronics design company. Okay. Contest capabilities. These are found in the functions that are essential for getting things done, but are more behind the scenes. Contest capabilities. These are found in the functions that are essential for getting things done, but are more behind the scenes. They are more apparent when they don't work well. All right. When they don't work well, then only we can see them. Consider the accounting department at most of the companies. All right. Now, if they offer refunds for a product or a services and the refund process runs smoothly, that means they are meeting the customer's needs. Suppose if the account department delays in giving the refund and refund to the customers, then the process, the customer says, oh, you know, for example, on online shops, online shopping, if the goods are damaged and you need to take a refund and the refund is not done promptly, then you'll say, oh, they have a problem, they're very lazy, then they do not attend to the customer's call. So that is called as the context capabilities. On the other hand, if the process is slow or fails altogether, customers will be frustrated and other departments will hear about it, mainly the customer service department. All right. So the customer service department, when you call them, they will not tell them. Customer service will not tell you, oh, our department is very slow. Service will give you a very sweet answer. No, ma'am, it is under process and you will receive between 4 to 5 working days. Then, core versus non-core capabilities. The organizational capabilities have varying levels of value and connection to each company. All right. Now, what is happening? We are breaking down these capabilities. We are breaking these capabilities into two. One is the core and the other is non-core. Now, core capabilities are integral to the company's business and competitive edge. Competitive edge means what, again, I repeat, what uniqueness do we have over the other companies and are held inside the organization. So, core capabilities are inside the organization. That is, they are within the internal environment of the company. Then non-core abilities can be outsourced to a strategic partner. For example, if we see the insurance companies in India, what are the names? We have Tata AIG, we have ICICI Prudential, we have Bharati AXA. So what is this AXA, AIG, Prudential? They are our strategic partners, right? They are insurance companies which are outside India, and we are taking the expertise. And so, what are we doing? We are trying to use the non-core capabilities. I hope you understand this. Anyone who is not followed up till here? Anyone who is not followed, please tell me how many of you are there today? Komal, Shreya, Pratik, Prithvi, Shreyas, Rupesh, Kiran. Kiran, where are you? Kiran Bagul, please unmute yourself. Kiran, Abhishek, Lokik, Mayur, then Sumit, Vaishnavi, Nihar, Dikshita, Shivam, Rohan, Ishika, then Adesh, Komal, Vaishnavi, Saili, Sakshi, Saurabh, okay, and Renuka. Fine. Okay, so non-core capabilities can be outsourced to a strategic partner. Whether a capability is core or non-core depends upon the types of business. A mobile app development company, now see an example, I'll give you example of a mobile. A mobile app development company has in-house developers because that's what they do, right? A utility provider that wants to develop a mobile app to better service customers would need to outsource this capability. So many, you see, we have many apps coming. Now all the business is done on apps. So if a mobile app or development company will have its own developers, that will be the core capabilities. And a utility provider, right, can buy that from that company. He will be under non-core. Then we have behavioral versus structural capabilities. Another way to break down organizational capabilities is into the classification of structural and behavioral. Structural capabilities Structural capabilities relate to how the organization is arranged, right? Structural capabilities relate to how the organization is arranged. This includes project management, shared services, and business analytics and layers of leadership. Behavioral capabilities relate to employees' attributes and approaches. These include areas such as change management, leadership performance, cross-functional coordination, and employment engagement. So again, I repeat, structural capabilities relate to how organization is arranged. This includes project management, shared services, business analytics, and layers of leadership. Behavioral capabilities relate to employees' attributes and approaches. This includes areas such as change management. Okay, change management. We need, suppose, um, you know, in the previous years when I was a student, we before Google and everything came into picture, we had DOS and WordStar, and prior to that, we had typewriters. So coming from the typewriter era to the computer era, right? All people were not comfortable because 90%, 99% population was still in the comfort zone, and they were very happy using the typewriters. Then came the computers. Slowly, slowly, they changed themselves. This change was not abrupt, right? The change was not abrupt. So that is called as change management. Then we have a leadership performance. Leadership performance, what type of a leader you have? Do you have a democratic leader? Do you have a custodial leader? Do you have an autocratic leader? Do you have an abusive leader? Do you have a servant type of a leadership? Do you have a transformational type of a leader? Right? So that is the leadership performance. Is he leading the organization, or what is he exactly doing? Cross-functional coordination. Now, in the class, I don't know, I didn't have any offline lectures with you, but when I'm teaching your juniors, I always mention this cross-functional coordination or the cross-cultural coordination. Now, in this case, the cross-functional coordination means, as I said, when we deal with organizational capabilities, we have six major skill sets. All right. Secondly, we have many departments whom we are going to work hand in hand. So we need each other's help, right? So the marketing department has to be in touch with the purchase department. The marketing department also has to be in touch with the finance department and the HR department. So that cross-functional coordination has to be very smooth. If you have to have a goal alignment, you marketing department cannot say, oh, we are not going to talk with the HR department, they're very shrewd, or they have got lots of bad attitude. No, it will not work like that. So you need to have this cross-functional coordination running smoothly in an organization. Then employment engagement, a very important part. Or are your employees engaged in some activities? Now, these activities, when we talk, is of course the JD and the work profile what you're giving, but side by side, what are you doing? How are you motivating them? Are you taking them for corporate lunch, or are you taking them for a corporate picnic, or is there any appreciation program for them? Do you value your employees? For all this, we had got something called as the BCG survey. Very important from the examination point of view also. This BCG matrix I'll be taking in the next chapter. BCG is Boston Consultancy Group. BCG stands for Boston Consultancy Group. Survey mentioned earlier, it showed that 77% of the respondents view behavioral capabilities as very or extremely important. Now, if your behavior is not matching to the standards of the organizational goals, right? Do you think that the person has got right to be associated with the company? No, he does not have, because he is not aligning himself, or she is not aligning herself according to the goals of the organization. While 63 named structural capabilities. So a survey was done, which is more important, behavioral or structural capabilities. 77% responded for uh, behavioral capabilities, and 63 responded for structural capabilities. Now let's see examples. All right. Organizational culture. An inclusive company culture empowers and engages employees and supports organizational goals. Culture supports development and shapes the organization's identity. Employees' mindsets, just see the mindset of the employees will always help them to do well. Collaboration promotes teamwork, forms alliances, and allows cross-functional communication. Very important, because if you are not going to have the cross-functional function, it becomes very difficult to work. And all this will create the organizational culture, right? If the employees are not happy, if the employees are not motivated, what a big question mark on the organizational culture. If the attrition of the company is more people are leaving the organization, you cannot retain people, then it is a big question mark on the organizational culture. Then leadership performance. Business leaders represent the company well and effectively, manage the employee and inspire the employees. Then we have strategic unity. Strategic point of view is articulated and embraced throughout the organization. There is a continual investment in the practices and procedures necessary for strategy and development and to implement the strategy. All employees throughout the organization consistently understand the business strategy is why it matters. So everyone in the organization needs to understand the strategic point, why the strategy is formulated, why there is a continual investment in the organizational practices and procedures. Now, this will all help us to develop the strategy and implement the strategy. All employees throughout the organization consistently understand the business strategy and why it matters. Employees recognize how role supports this strategy. Then innovation, delivering successful new products and services, regularly updating the processes for continuous improvement, focused on the future, not the past, right? Willingness to reinvent parts of the organization. Sound processes are in place that can take something new. Okay, now your sound process does not mean awaz. Okay, sound processes means smooth functioning processes. Then an atmosphere of excitement is created over new concepts, right? Like, okay, we are there, we are going to learn something new. Something new is coming in our way. So you should be prepared for learning new things. Then we have agility. 1 minute, I'll just being responsive and flexible concerning changes in the internal and external environment. Being responsive and flexible concerning changes in the internal and external environment. Skilled and knowledgeable employees who are prepared to adapt, right? We need to adapt to a change. As I always tell you, the initial saying goes survival for the fittest, right? We always read in stories, survival for the fittest. Now things have changed. Post pandemic, I'm talking about post pandemic, the work order is completely changed. So we need to change certain definitions which will definitely suit our survivals. So one of them is there, survival for the person who adapts to the change. So adaptability. Survival, we said survival for the fittest, but now it is survival for the person who adapts the change. So adaptability plays a very important role in our survival. When I talk in our survival, that means it is survival of the organization. All right. Prompt decision making processes that don't rely on bureaucracy. That is, bureaucracy means red tapeism, lots of paperwork. Then proactive planning that can be adjusted to respond to the competition or unexpected events. Proactive planning that can be adjusted to respond to the competition or unexpected events. Flexible systems and workflows that can accommodate the organizational change process or expansion. This is called as agility. All right. Next is talent. We all are talented. Employees at all levels are competent in what they do. Employees are equipped with the skills and the tools they need to perform their roles in the present and for future requirements. So, employees are committed to doing their jobs well and consistently. Learning and development is championed and provided. Ability to motivate and retain competent employees. Talent. Employees at all levels are competent in what they do. Secondly, employees, we all have the skill sets, right? Because you're given the job because you have those skill sets. Employees are equipped with their skills and tools they need to perform their roles in the present and for future requirements. Employees are committed to doing their jobs well and consistently. Learning and development is championed and provided. Ability to motivate and retain their competent employees. Then, customer connectivity. Establish customer relationships based on trust and overall strong customer focuses are the mainstay. Established customer relationships. See, very important because ultimately our customer is going to be the consumer. For example, a husband is buying the dress for his wife. So the husband is buying, so he becomes the customer, and the wife who's going to use the dress, she becomes the consumer. All right. Establish customer relationship based on trust and the overall strong customer focus are the mainstay. That means the main component. Priority is placed on dedicated teams who have a meaningful connection with customers. Committed accountability to customers. Yes, we have our customers and we need to take care of our customers. Strong customer data collection and analytics. We have a strong data. Now, see, data collection, we need new data. Again, I repeat, post pandemic, we need to have we need to have a new data in place, and we need to do the data analytics, because again, post pandemic, we need to study what are the requirements of the customers and how they have started thinking, how their mindset has been changed. Then we have the SAP, the strategic advantage profile. We saw operational structuring corporate analysis. The first aspect, what I explained, I finished now, is organizational capability profile. And the next is SAP. Now here, SAP stands for strategic advantage profile. Every firm has strategic advantage and disadvantages. For example, large firms have financial strength, but they tend to move slowly compared to smaller firms and often cannot react to changes quickly. For example, large firms have financial strengths, but they move slowly compared to smaller firms and they cannot react to changes quickly. All right. No firm is equally strong in all its functions. In other words, every firm has its strengths and weaknesses. Strategists must be aware of the strategic advantages or strengths of the firm to be able to choose their best opportunity for the firm. On the other hand, they must regularly analyze their strategic advantage or weaknesses in order to face environmental threats effectively. Environmental threats effectively. For example, the strategist should look to see if the firm is stronger in these factors than its competitors. Secondly, when a firm is strong in the market, it has a strategic advantage in launching new products or services and increasing market share of present products and services. The strategist should look to see if the firm is stronger in other factors than its competitors. Very important. Now, these are the threats which one organization will definitely have from the other organization. So they need to work on this. When a firm is strong in the market, it has a strategic advantage in launching new products and services and increasing the market share of the present products and services. So, two things: they have to take care of the existing product, they have to increase the market share of the existing products, and simultaneously, they are supposed to launch the new product. Okay. Now, what is strategic advantage profile? The strategic advantage profile is a tool for making a systematic evaluation systematic evaluation of the enterprise's internal factors. See, it deals with internal factors, okay, which is significant for the company and its environment. Company and its environment. The SAP shows the strength and weakness of the organization in different areas, in different functional areas. So what does it tell us? It tells us about the strength and weaknesses of the organization in different functional areas. Now, as I said, there are many functional areas in the organization: the marketing, the HR department, the stores department, the purchase department, the finance department, and all. The Strategic Advance Profile SAP, it is the process by which strategists examine in a firm's resource and capabilities in the key functional areas to determine where the firm has significant strengths and weaknesses so that it can exploit or it can make use of the opportunities and meet the threats in the environment. So two things, it SAP is dealing with the strengths and weaknesses of each and every functional department in the organization, and side by side it is also trying to exploit and meet the threats in the environment. The essential purpose of each analysis is to take advantage of the distinctive competencies of the firm. Now, competencies, we do a competency mapping, right? We always try to study why this particular firm is better than the other particular firm. Developing different strategies and following a course of action different from those of rival firms, then making it difficult for other firms to duplicate the strategy, right? So, somebody, the other firm should not copy our ideas. So, you should have what you say, a well-defined method so that your ideas are not copied by anyone else. These are the three functions of a SAP. Then, then we have analysis. Just copy. One minute. 1 minute, students. Okay. Anyway, I'll just explain. So, analysis of the following factors is a must, right? The SAP will work on this: marketing, finance, production, personnel and labor relations. Now, personnel is called as the HR, R&D, this is research and development. Now, just see the techniques used for corporate analysis. What we have? We have value chain analysis, all right? We have quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis, we have quantitative analysis, we have benchmarking, and the fifth one is the balance scorecard. So techniques used for corporate analysis, there are 5 techniques: value chain analysis, we have quantitative analysis, we have qualitative analysis, we have benchmarks, and we have the balance scorecard. So let's go to the first one, that is value chain analysis. Okay, just let me see the time. Now, what is value chain analysis? Value chain analysis means evaluating each of the activities in a company's value. All right, we have to understand and evaluate the activities in a company's value chain, where, well, I'll just change in order to understand where opportunities can be used for improvement, Just change the sentence. Value chain analysis means evaluating each of the activities in a company's value chain in order to understand where opportunities can be used for improvements. Then, conducting a value chain analysis prompts you to consider how each step adds or subtracts value from your final product or service. A value chain is used to describe all the business activities it takes to create a product from start to finish. All right. Now, what it is: design, production, distribution, and so on. One minute, where is it? Okay. A value chain is used to describe all the business activities it takes to create a product from start to finish: design, production, distribution, and so on. A value chain analysis gives businesses a visual model, right? It gives us a see, this value chain analysis was done recently on 31st May. A value chain analysis gives business a visual model of these activities, following them to determine where they can reduce cost. Now let's see, right? Um when we talk about next is the quantitative analysis. No need of putting. Quantitative analysis, we are using mathematical and statistical modeling and measurements and research to understand the behavior. We'll do in detail. Now, quantitative analysis is further divided into two: financial analysis and non-financial analysis. Now, what is financial analysis? The financial analysis aims to analyze whether an entity is stable, liquid, solvent, or profitable enough to warrant a monetary investment. It is used to evaluate economic trends, set financial policies, build long-term plans for business activity, and identify projects or companies for investments. The financial analysis aims to analyze whether an entity is stable, liquid, solvent, or profitable enough to warrant a monetary investment. It is used to evaluate economic trends, set financial policies, build long-term plans for business activity, and identify projects or companies for investments. Several techniques are commonly used as a part of financial statement analysis. Three of the most important techniques are horizontal analysis, vertical analysis, and ratio analysis. Horizontal analysis compares data horizontally by analyzing values of line items across two or more years. So, what are we doing? We are following three methods. We are following three techniques, right? Horizontal analysis, vertical analysis, and ratio analysis. Most of the finance students, they must be knowing this ratio analysis very well. Most of the students also do the SIP on ratio analysis. Horizontal analysis compares data horizontally by analyzing values of line items. Line items means what item, what product is preparing, what has the same product, okay? The value of the same product we are analyzing or we are studying over a period of time. See, a simple chart we have, see, we have a vertical analysis, we have horizontal analysis, we have trend analysis, we have liquidity analysis. Now see here how they are linked. All right, we come over turnover ratio analysis, profitability analysis, so business risk analysis, financial risk analysis, then stability ratios, coverage analysis, control analysis, valuation analysis. Now, I have taken this chart from Wall Street. All right. You all know Wall Street, right? I have got a Wall Street journal. I've taken from that. Valuation analysis, variance analysis, scenario and sensitivity analysis, and rate of rate of return analysis. So, you know, even in your SIP, you can definitely refer these journals. They're very helpful. They will tell you all the current scenarios of what is going on. Please go into the library. We do have these journals. Then, an example of financial analysis is analyzing a company's performance and trend by calculating financial ratios like profitability ratio, including net profit ratio, which is calculated by net profit divided by sales. See an example, okay? This is just an example. I am not a finance person. That is not my domain. So just an example because we are doing in our strategy. So we have fixed assets, other non-current assets, current assets, account receivables. I'm just showing you an example. Maybe the facts and figures, I've just copied it from the journal. Then liabilities, capital, long-term debt, current liabilities, account payables, other current liabilities, and total. This is just, I just wanted to show you, but I won't be able to give you an explanation on this. I've just copied it. Then we have non-financial analysis. Measures, non-financial analysis measures the performance, are matrices that companies use to gauge their successes and performance in specific areas without considering the financial metrics. We do not take any financial measurements to measure non-financial analysis. These measurements avoid monetary values to denote the success. All right. Now I am stopping here. Okay. I am stopping the class here for today. We will continue with monetary analysis tomorrow. Benchmarking will be done in detail. And do you have any questions for the day? Do you have any questions for the day? Anyone having any questions? I repeat, any difficulty, if you have not understood any topic, you're most welcome to the placement cell. I can give you an explanation again. Okay. Thank you for attending the class. Okay. Have a nice day. Bye.